Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to DMB Live, where the conversation continues. I'm your host, Dr. Michael Benson, and it's my pleasure to introduce to you a distinguished guest from Delaware, Dr. Darlene Pierre Louis. Born and raised in Wilmington, she is an accomplished entrepreneur, professor, and now a published author with the release of her new book. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Darlene Pierre Louis, exclusive interview. Hi, Dr. Dar. How are you?
Hi, Dr. Mike. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, thank you, Dr. Dar. Dr. Darlene, um, I understand you released a new book entitled Never Tell a Soul, a story about people we trust, the lies we carry, and the secrets that resurface, that refuse to stay buried. Not resurface, but refuse to stay buried. It was the same thing. Wow. So wait a minute. So for full transparency, the purpose of tonight's show is to number one, to promote this fantastic book. And number two, to guarantee me a leading role in the movie that's coming. Because we're going to turn this into a movie. Dr.
Absolutely.
Dr. Darlene Pierre Louis, before we discuss the book any further, could you please let us know where we can purchase this book?
Yes, absolutely. My book is available on Amazon. It's available at Walmart online. It's available at Barnes and Noble, um, Strand Book. It's a big bookstore in New York City, very popular there. Books a Million. I could go on and on, Dr. Mike. So
Okay,
it's available.
okay, very good. So,
Yes.
so um, can I address you as Dr. Dar for the duration of this interview?
Oh, please do.
Okay, so Dr. Dar, can you
Yeah.
share some insights about your debut novel, Never Tell a Soul, which explores themes of friendships and betrayals?
Yes, yes. Well, I'll tell you, I had a great time writing it. I like to travel, hence why there's travel in the book. Why these couples, four couples, go to destination places to have fun and share time together. Um, uh, I like relationships, friends. And one of the things about me, I'm always curious about what is happening behind closed doors. And so, because I'm not privy to that kind of information, I'll just make it up. And so, hence the book, I just made up what was happening behind closed doors in these marriages.
You know, so have you ever been to Martha's Vineyard?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So I'm gonna dig in. I'm gonna start digging in now. It's time for me to start
Okay.
digging at you, right? Right. So
Hmm.
Dr. Darling Paradaway, when considering your lifestyle, and you just answered that, but I'm gonna ask the question again anyway. When considering your own lifestyles, readers might assume that this book kind of mirrors something that you're familiar with while writing this novel or fiction. Did you remove anything that you cared about that wouldn't reflect you personally? If so, what was the reason?
Um, I didn't write about myself, but I did write about things that I knew or know. And what I know were destinations, like these couples went to the Poconos, they went to Martha's Vineyard is one, they're in New York, they're in California, they're all over the place. And so I know those areas. So I like to write about things that I know I know about. They were in New Jersey as well. Um, some people ask me, was I in the book? I am not in the book. I'm if it was just my thoughts and creations and amalgamation of characters coming together or people coming together. There's no one that I know in that book. Yes.
That's why we must purchase the book, because I got another question for you. I have a first question, then the second one is really important. So where did the story change from your original vision, and how did the original vision develop? As you just kind of answered the question for me, but elaborate on that for me, please.
Yeah. So I knew I wanted to write a book. I started a book about 15, maybe 20 years ago, and I had some of the main characters in that book that was unfinished in this book. I liked the characters, so I brought them with me to writing this book. I knew that I liked to go on vacations. So I said, well, I have to have destination places in there. I knew that I like relationships, so I had to have that. And so what I didn't know when I first wrote the stories that was incomplete was the beginning of the story, the middle of the story, and the ending of the story. And so once I had that in mind, it was so much easier to write. I could see the beginning, like one third of the book, introducing the characters, character development, all of that. Who are they married to? Who are they related to? Where they work? And then the middle of the book, I concentrated on, okay, they're going to have this plan and why are they going on vacation? So I want to explain that. And then the end of the book is they're at the destination and all the things that go along with that.
So here's the question, right? And now
Mm-hmm.
we're going to get down to um, probably some of what other people may be thinking, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, Dr. Darlene Pierre Louis, I'm very proud of you. You
Thank
know,
you.
ladies and gentlemen, I went to grad school. Dr. Dora and I went to grad school together. We've done podcast work together. We did poolside
Yes,
chats. We did the fireside chats for
we did a
years.
lot. We did a lot.
And now we come to this full circle. So congratulations, my sister, and to
Thank
my
you.
brother Jude too.
Thank
Now,
you.
considering you now reside in Chicago, I think you should come home and do a book signing in Wilmington, right, this summer, right?
I would love to.
So here's the question. Here's the question, though, right? I just want to really touch on this. So never tell a soul. That means there's something mysterious about you not wanting someone to know. So seemingly, to me, this is just me, that implies some sexual misconduct, right? Just my opinion. Now, I
You are
have not read
correct.
the book yet, and I'm embarrassed by that because I should have read it. I should have bought it and read it by now. And
You
here
read the
I'm trying,
synopsis.
and here I'm trying to promote. But Dr. Dar, you know, sex story sells, right?
Yes.
Was there any sexual misconduct in this book and with your characters? And if so, which character do you think that would surprise the readers the most? And Dr. Dar, please do not tell me to go read it for yourself, right? So you gotta help me with
It
this
was on the
tonight
tip of my
because
lips. It was on the tip of
but
my
okay,
lips.
don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. But let's talk about that. Let's talk about the content of the book. Never tell a soul. What is it that you don't want people to tell?
Yes. So secrets. So there's sex. You have to know there's sex. If there's couples and marriage, there's going to be sex. And so there's that, but it was done tastefully and it fit the character. I allowed the characters to tell me their story. It was as if I was listening to what they were saying and I was just describe, writing down what they were saying. So as they would interact with one another, that's what I wrote. And so, yes, there are intimate details written very well, nothing too explicit where it's rated R or anything like that. But in marriages, you've healthy marriages, there's intimacy. And so I show that intimacy. It's not always sexual intimacy, but there's a lot of intimacy. And the secrets are there was infidelity. And of course, when someone has to weigh whether telling that truth or not, they're going to keep that a secret. And so it wasn't just infidelity as a secret. There were multiple secrets in the book. Um, um, each couple had a secret. The aunt had a secret. People had secrets, and what I was showing is it doesn't matter what generation is. There's secrets, multi-generational secrets, and eventually those secrets come to the surface. And this is what this book has done throughout and to the end, really, when the climax happens, is the secrets are revealed and behaviors change.
As you're on these vacations at Martha's Vineyard and these couples are there, some of those secrets developed within the couples itself? Like, was there infidelity between the two couples and doing things they shouldn't have done?
Um, Once they got to Martha's Vineyard, whatever happened prior in their relationships had already happened. There was nothing else going on in Martha's Vineyard other than more revelations about what had already happened.
Okay, okay. So nothing really transpired with these couples in the same room. They just brought their kind of dirt with them, right?
Yes, they brought the yes, yes, and mainly one particular um, couple, which was Ethan and his wife Angela, and their last name is Shields, and they had two twins. And Ethan was an alpha male and made a lot of money and was real um, cocky, maybe a little arrogant, but I still liked Ethan. And he um, betrayed his wife and children by having an affair. And then it starts to unravel. And also, the woman that he had the affair with is really angry and she wants revenge. And so that ideal of revenge, that's what you're going to see on Martha's Vineyard in the book.
So the woman he had an affair with, is she at Martha's Vineyard
Yeah,
also?
she is. Yeah, she
Lord.
is.
Gotta
Because
get
Martha's Vineyard is
right.
a huh?
I said you gotta buy the book. I mean, this is getting good,
You
right?
gotta buy the book. I
You
made it
gotta buy.
available.
Okay. So this is getting very interesting, and this is where I'm trying to get now. So help me with this, Dr. Dar. So we're at Martha's Vineyard, and then is there a cruise involved here?
Yes.
Okay, can
And
we talk?
so the cruise, the whole point of going to Martha's Vineyard was for the couples to celebrate, but they're also celebrating a dearly departed friends who died. So part of that was the celebration of them, of the dearly departed friends, and also they're celebrating some successes. Like Ethan, one of the main characters, he gets a promotion and he moves to Illinois. And there's another character, and Keith. He gets a tenured professor. And so there's all these celebrations they're going to do, and they chartered a yacht. They invited some friends, and things start to happen.
Anybody get caught doing something they weren't supposed to do? Or am I kind of like so? So the interview, right, is about
Yes,
promoting the book. But I
yes,
think what I would like to do here, if you don't mind, is I'd like to give some information for people to really want to go really grasp this book and read it. Like if we're talking about um couples on vacations and they slipping in somebody's room and doing something they ain't supposed to do, and then it all kind of culminates at one point, like that's kind of exciting in this book. So I think that that's why I'm asking you these kind of questions. And I'm a little embarrassed I haven't read the book yet, but
buy the book.
I'm gonna get the book. You should just sign one and send it to me and I'll pay for it. How about that?
Yeah, I can do that. I
I'm
can
not
do
gonna
that.
wait till the summer for you to come here for book
The
signing,
book signing.
but
Meet the author.
but that's really where I'm going with this. Like to make it whereas people want to say, okay, well, I like the way that sounds. So it might be more to it than so that's only two chapters we talked about so far.
Yeah, what you don't know because you didn't read the book is that there's a very interesting thread running through, and you're not going to know it unless you read it. And that is um, Ethan and Angela Shields, the main characters. They have a nanny to help take care of their twins, and the nanny is into witchcraft.
Mm.
So that element is throughout the book. That's all I'll say about that because I don't want to
You don't want to spoil it,
spoil.
right? Don't spoil it, right? Ooh, okay. Now let me ask you this. You, you have to admit that me and you've had this conversation prior to when you were still writing the book. And I asked you then, and I'm going to ask you now. I don't know if you changed it or added or took away, but is there any characters in this novel? Yay.
I knew you were going to ask that. I do remember you mentioning that. No,
Okay.
only because it didn't happen.
Okay.
Remember, I'm just listening and writing. And that sounds weird. And I've heard people say that before, but it really was true. It was like people would, the characters, people, the characters would just enter and I would just write.
So
And
now
I could
you
hear them, I could see them. Hmm?
so the whole book has what, five characters? The nanny,
Oh no. No, they have okay, I'll tell you some of the characters. It starts off with four couples.
four couples. Okay.
Starts off with four. Um, there's an aunt, a cousin. The cousin has a girlfriend, um, a chef, and then some club members.
This is deep. Oh, let me control myself. So, Dr. Dar, let me ask you this. Did you identify their race?
I
Would
did.
I be able to know would I be able to know that Ethan is a white male or a black male?
That's a great question because my whole intent was not to identify race or describe how they looked. But I know that writing, you have to be somewhat descriptive. And so I did it as little as possible, but I think um, you can tell the race.
Mm.
Yeah, I think you can tell the race, but it wasn't my intention to write for any particular audience. As a matter of fact, I had a nice book, meet the author book discussion, and most of them were white. And so it was interesting, their perspective on the book, uh, the characters they liked and disliked.
What's your favorite character, Dr. Dar?
Well, I had a couple of favorite characters. One was one of the married couples. Her name was Terry. She's an investigative writer, and so she was uh, torn between who her loyalty should lie. Whether she should, her husband wanted her to not share certain things with his best friend, who is Ethan. I know I'm telling a lot of names though, but she either had to be loyal to her best friend or be loyal to her husband. So she had to, you
Hmm.
know, deal with that on a regular basis with pressure and not able to sleep and issues with her own husband. So I liked Terry a lot. Um, and then the other one, I liked Ethan, and a lot of women don't like Ethan. He was the alpha male who cheated. Um, and I can't, let me see, why do I like Ethan? Because he is who he is. That's how I just like, well, this is his personality. He's outgoing, he's in charge, and he did this terrible thing, but he's still a human being. Can't we give him a break?
So at any point in your now I have to say this, you're a professor, you're an entrepreneur. I know a whole lot about you, a wife, a mother, family woman, all those things. It takes a lot to write a book. It takes an awful lot it takes time, takes energy, research, you know that. This is not your, actually, matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, this is not Dr. Darlene Pierre Louis' first book. I apologize for that because she wrote a dissertation, which is counted as a book because
Yes.
the dissertation is in the Library of Congress. So I do want to correct that. So this isn't your first. This may be your first novel, but not your first book. But I know it takes a lot to do that. It's really a tedious process. As you're doing this, and you're creating these characters, did anything kind of give you an indication of maybe, let's just say, hypothetically, if you had a friend that was going through a divorce because of the husband, messed up, did any of those kind of thoughts ever come to your mind to help create these characters?
I have no friends that I could lean on in that book. It really came from the sky.
Okay,
None
okay,
whatsoever.
okay, okay.
Yeah, I know it might seem hard to believe, but it's true. I told you I like to know what goes on behind closed doors, and nobody really shares what's going on behind closed doors because it's private.
Right,
And so I
absolutely.
make it up.
Okay, understood, understood.
Yeah, yeah.
Did anybody else ask you that question? Um, how could your
Yeah.
imagination be so vivid to bring this story to life as you've done? That's why I'm saying if I have to, I would take my hat off to you because of
Yes.
for
Yes.
what you've done. Um, excuse me, I have bad
Hmm.
allergies, and I'm suffering real bad from my
Oh
allergies.
no, oh no.
Yeah, but that's my point. Like to write a book of this magnitude with this kind of storyline, never tell a soul, that in and of itself is really powerful.
Thank you. Thank
It's
you.
really
And you know, I had a title that didn't even work at all. And it wasn't until I got to the chapter before the last one, and something happened because that's how it was revealed to me. And the character said, "She'll never tell a soul." Then I knew that was my book title.
okay. Excuse me. Mm,
Uh-oh.
mm.
Mm.
Yeah, okay, okay. So so it takes a lot of like um a lot of late night writing and thinking to put something together like this. Because this is fictional. And if it was non-fictional, it'd be, what's the difference? Do you think it would have been more difficult if you tried to write a book that was non-fictional versus fictional?
For me, I think it would be harder to write a nonfiction book
Right.
because you can make up stuff,
Right. No,
with
no,
a
fiction, right.
fiction book, it just has to make
Absolutely.
sense. It just has to make sense,
Right. Absolutely.
but just like that dissertation you talked about that you did too, um, that stuff is nonfiction,
It's
and
hard.
it has to make
Right.
sense. You got to cite, you have to have your citations,
Yep.
you got to argue that point, and no, so I would say fiction writing to me was a lot easier.
So how much success have you had? No, wait a minute. The book came on the market, what, 2 months now? I believe I think I counted 2 months.
December.
Okay. Okay.
And
Are you,
okay.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think I'm doing well. I have a author's website. Like I said, my book is in nationwide stores. I've had um, book clubs and meetings and book signings.
Mhm.
I'm doing this interview. I have another one scheduled that it is underwritten. I think that's going to be in May. And so I'm using all of this information. I'm missing some things, but I've had some good successes in a short period of time.
Well, I wouldn't expect anything less from you. No, seriously. So let me ask you this. How has, and this is interesting question, and you will understand why I'm asking this. Excuse me. How has Jude reacted toward your book? I know he's happy with your success. I saw the pictures and the videos. But I'm curious about his take on the characters and the motives and things of that nature.
That's a good question. I think most husbands whose wife has written a book and
Hmm.
they have written about love and intimacy, they're going to wonder, is this her imagination or is this
Or
from some
something else.
experience,
Right, or something else, right.
Yes, yes. And so I believe that's underneath the surface there, although
But
he hasn't.
he might not have said that, but the reason why I know he's not thinking like that is because he's not insecure.
No,
See,
he's not.
if you was an insecure husband, you'd be like, "Yo, did you do this?" I mean, that's the part that's really interesting. I just want to bring that up because this novel is Never Tell a Soul, And I said to you earlier that it seems to me that it might imply some kind of sexual misconduct, right? And
Mhm.
sometimes you just getting this out of the clear blue sky, right? And some people could doubt that. Some the readers might say, well, maybe that happened to her. So I just want to make sure I say that. I just want to make sure
Yes,
that
yes.
Me and Jude are on the same page, right? But there's no insecurity, there's no doubt, there's no shadow of doubt. All
Yes,
I can tell you is
yes.
that you've done a fantastic job. Now, unfortunately, we're coming to the end of this particular session. I do want to ask you a
Okay.
quick question. Can we
Mhm.
do a part two? Part two would entail how long it took you to write the book, the process of doing it, how did you get it published, and things of that nature. Can you agree to that, please?
I will agree to it as long as you have read the book.
I will. I will have. I like that. I like that. Okay. Okay. So one more time, just give me the main source of where we can get the book from, please.
Okay. I'll just put my glasses on for this one because I need to read this. So, those are listening. If you went and Googled on your search engine, you put Darlene Pierre Louis books.com.
Okay.
Darlene Pierre Louis books.com. It would come to my author's website. The first page you come to, it says, it's the book, purchase books. You click on purchase books, and then it has all the places where you can purchase the book right from that button. That's the easiest way.
That's the easiest way to tell it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Very good. Very good. Give me
yeah.
some closing remarks before we go. I'll give you a good 2 minutes and just sock it to us.
Okay. Well, I'll say this. It's been fun writing it. I have been inspired by these characters. They have come alive to me. I've even created some videos using AI. I can't wait to show them to you.
That's all.
And it gives you a visual of what I was seeing when I was writing. There's that. I plan to write book two, and it's going to go. And here's the bookmark.
Okay.
And on the back, it tells you all about book two. I've already thought it through.
Cool.
I don't have an ending or a middle, but I know where it's supposed to go
Okay.
because the characters haven't spoken to me yet.
Well, I would, if I may,
Hmm.
I think that part of that in book two, somebody has to die. Somebody has to die, Dr. Dar. I mean, uh, uh,
Dr. Mike,
uh,
somebody
uh,
died already.
oh, see, so I got to read the book.
You do.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am so embarrassed. It's gonna hit me hard. Well, we're running out of time. Probably got about another 2 minutes, but I think that the way this sounds to me would make a great movie. And the
Oh,
only thing I'm saying to you, Jude, he would agree with this one, that when this movie comes out, I get to play the lead character, right?
oh, you want to be Ethan? Oh, you want to be Ethan Shields?
Wait a minute, wait a
Oh,
minute.
you better talk to your
Maybe
wife
not
about
him.
that.
Maybe not him. I don't know if I like him yet or not, right? But I can see great things happening, Dr. Dar, for real, seriously.
Oh, thank you.
Um, and what I would like to do, and this one is for us in Delaware. So my location right now is in Delaware, and you're in Chicago. You were born and raised in Wilmington, Delaware, and I live in Delaware. So I know that we can get to the Wilmington Library and do something this summer. If your
Oh.
schedule allows it and we can make the arrangements, I could do all the legwork down here. All you gotta do is come, bring your books and sell
Oh, I would love it. I would love it. Oh,
them.
it's done deal.
Yes, okay. And you have family here, so
Yes.
it should be an easy one.
Yes.
So
Thank you
Dr.
so much.
You're quite welcome. I really enjoyed this interview. I do apologize. My sinuses are bothering me real bad. My eyes.
Oh, it's okay.
So
You
no
look good.
panicking.
You sound good.
I don't feel good, but
Oh.
so I
Mhm.
don't want to mess up the interview, but I will say that I enjoyed this immensely. And anybody that sees this, go buy the book because we
Yes.
just gave you some tidbits of what's to come. And you know what? If you go buy that book, you come back and then you will never tell us so. Well, with that being said, Dr. Dar, thank you so much for being here. We love you. and
Oh,
continued
love you too.
success. And God bless you and good night.
Good night. Thank you.